Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm going to give you some tips today. So, a lot of what you may be reading may indicate that we're gaining 5 to 10 pounds during the holidays. A study I looked at in 2015 actually said that that's not the case. Um, just maybe 2 pounds, nothing crazy. It's going to be different depending on the person. Water retention, any extra, just depends on how many extra calories we're really consuming during that. So I have some tips. I want you to enjoy your day, but I'm going to give you some areas that you can improve to make sure that you're feeling extra good. Okay, so first thing, add a good breakfast. Do not skip breakfast. I know a lot of us want to save our calories for the Thanksgiving meal, but we can actually start burning calories before the meal even starts by adding in that breakfast, which is going to kickstart that metabolism. It's also going to prevent you from being absolutely ravenous and wanting to go for anything and everything on that Thanksgiving table. So definitely try to do that. Um, Again, enjoy the day. So you can still eat all of your favorite foods, but be careful with the portions to which you're choosing. Your casseroles in particular are going to have a good amount of carbohydrates per cup serving, about 2 carbohydrate servings. So you can see how we get really carved out very quickly. So just be aware of how much of that you're doing. So instead, focusing on vegetables and protein to make up for all that casserole load, you can still have some of that, just maybe instead of a full fist portion, you're doing half of a fist or something like that. Okay, I am going to go back to the last slide. So these are good references in terms of starches. Now, obviously, if we're doing multiple starches here, we want to decrease that portion. I don't care if we do even more of a palm than a palm size, maybe up to mid finger would take us closer to 6 ounces. Okay, and then our fats should be about a tablespoon in size. So I'll give you some tips for that later on. Again, so focusing on vegetables and protein. They're going to have fewer calories, more energy. You're actually going to burn more by taking in these foods as well. Making your own vegetable side dish is extra helpful to make sure there's some vegetables available to you. And eating a wide variety of colors. So any sort of greens or oranges or any other colors are great in terms of vegetables. All right, going light on the butter and gravy. So I mentioned the thumb, doing maybe half a spoonful of gravy, fingertip size for the butter. Going to add lots of extra calories if we're doing too much of that. Another thing that's going to add calories is going to be any sort of drinks that you're doing. So my family likes to do alcohol, so supplementing with water is going to be really good. Water can also decrease food consumption because you're getting fuller on the liquids instead of the food. Be careful with that soft drink consumption. We're talking 140 to 200 calories for every can to bottle of soda you're drinking. So just really be aware of that. Split desserts. So you can have multiple desserts just in smaller portions. Share it with your kids, your husband, your wife, if you feel safe doing that. Wait 10 minutes before going 4 seconds. This is a great way to prevent overeating. Your brain takes a while to process the fact that your stomach is full. Okay? Getting up and moving, going to the bathroom, getting a drink of water. Sometimes we don't recognize that we're full until we're out of that seated position. So get up and move as well. All right, don't turn Thanksgiving Day into Thanksgiving week. Taking home mostly protein and vegetables will ensure your success. Freezing leftovers to avoid eating too much in the days following Thanksgiving is going to be great. I'm going to have tips next week for how to utilize leftovers. Taking home desserts in smaller quantities. So instead of that whole pie, maybe we're just taking a couple pieces. Eat desserts in addition to meals, not as a meal replacement. So I know sometimes it's really tempting to have a piece of pie for breakfast, or maybe you skip lunch. So just be aware of that and try to get your nutrients through your foods, and then you're going to be very likely to not want as large of a portion of that dessert if we're filled up on those other nutrient dense foods that make us feel fuller longer. All right, I hope those were some quick and easy tips that you can utilize. I hope you all are safe and have a wonderful time. Many of you may be celebrating with just your immediate family or not doing traveling this year, and this is a great opportunity to try different traditions and different meals. So definitely look at some of the healthier versions of common dishes that I've included in our email. I look forward to hearing your feedback as to how that goes.